125cc bikes can be quite a lot of fun, you know. But I am starting to wonder whether or not they're going to be the first to go. Alright guys, so for me personally, electric motorcycles make the most sense on small bikes, small displacement bikes, bikes that you'll take around town, and bikes that you would, you know, do shorter journeys with, let's say. And I mean, what's the biggest issue with electric? Is range. A lot of people have concern with the range that these electric vehicles have. Just going to sort out the GoPro there. The GoPro mount is falling over a little bit. Go on, bike, up the hill, here we go. And yeah, I actually think it makes a lot of sense in not just the range perspective, but also in the performance perspective. The biggest issue with 125s is you've got to rev the hell out of them to get any kind of power. An electric model of a 125cc motorcycle would have no issues with power, at least getting off the line quickly. And so again, it does kind of make sense, because the electric motors, of course, you're getting direct power to the wheels. So yeah, I think electric on small displacement, or replacement of small displacement motorcycles, bloody hell, lots of isments in that sentence, I think it makes a load of sense. But here's the question: do you guys want to see that? Do you want to see 125cc motorcycles disappear? Because the argument could be made that actually 125cc bikes should be the last motorcycles to get the electric treatment, because they are the most fuel efficient. There's no denying that. 125cc motorcycles are very, very fuel efficient, which means that they are perfect for going around towns and cities. They don't cause that many emissions, and yeah, they're actually pretty good for the environment. There's a good argument to be made there. So it is a very interesting question here. Which motorcycles should these brands be focusing on electric? It's quite funny, because as much as I don't want to be an electric motorcycle channel, I feel like we have to talk about it, because it's going to happen. There is no denying that it's going to happen. So we have to adapt, we have to evolve, we have to discuss these particular topics. Now, I personally would be more interested in an electric motorcycle that was little. Because you see that guy who was taking up the whole bloody road with his cruiser. Jesus. Yeah, a smaller motorcycle for me makes more sense for electric, and that's what I would personally go for. I like the big displacement gas guzzlers. I like those motorcycles. They are just some of the best motorcycles you'll ever ride. I mean, take a look at the ZH2, take a look at the ZZR. We've got loads of content around those motorcycles. They are absolutely fantastic, and I don't want to see them go. But 125cc motorcycles, well, they're not the most reliable things in the world. At least they are going to be less reliable than a lot of their bigger cousins. And the mid-range, the heavyweights, whatever, those motorcycles are obviously more reliable than these little bikes. So you could make the argument that electric would also make them more reliable. Because, I mean, how long do batteries last? What, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, something like that? I mean, that's probably about the lifespan of a 125cc bike. I'd say maybe up to 5-6 years is probably the lifespan of a 125cc bike on average. But because, I mean, let's be honest, I mean, 125s, they get beaten up a lot, they are dropped a lot, you know, because they're learner bikes. So having something that's a bit more reliable in this kind of category, I think, does make a lot of sense. The only issue is it's going to push up the price of these motorcycles. I don't know by how much, but maybe upwards of £2,000 more for a basic model. I don't know. I mean, unless electric starts coming down sharply in the near future, then yeah, you could be looking at a pretty expensive little 125cc equivalent electric motorcycle. But yeah, I mean, I do wonder about small displacement, or excuse me, I keep saying small displacement, like as if electric motorcycles have any displacement whatsoever. Small electric motorcycles, I mean. yeah, very curious about them, and I think they have a lot of potential. I really do. For the future that we are all looking at, I think we'll start seeing a lot more of those. I mean, it's already happening. We've got electric scooters everywhere. We've got e-bikes everywhere. So small displacement electric motorcycles, you've got to think, are just around the corner, you know? It would surprise me if that wasn't the case. It would surprise me a lot if that didn't happen. But hey, I mean, we'll see. We will see. And yeah, hopefully in the near future I'll get an opportunity to have a go on some electric bikes. I will get round to it, don't you worry about it, and I'll let you know exactly how I feel. But that's the thing, I mean, as much as I am against electric in certain regards, I am for electric in others. At least alternatives. I'm open to alternatives in certain scenarios. And I think we will have to be, because like I said, this is going to happen whether we like it or not. So it's one of those things that we are all going to have to come to terms with, and eventually, probably in the next 5 years, we're all going to be looking to buy our first ever electric motorcycles. Yeah, scary thought, because it's coming quickly. It's coming a lot sooner than I think a lot of people realize. What was it, 2035 for all motorcycles, all new motorcycle sales in the UK that are going to be, they have to be electric. They can't be ICE by 2035. And that 2035 is the deadline. You can pretty much bet your bottom dollar that these companies are going to be releasing their electric motorcycles a lot sooner than that. Maybe by 2030 we'll already start seeing certain brands that are fully electric. So we'll see. We will see indeed. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. And I mean, it's interesting because one of the other videos that I shot today was about how 125cc bikes are so basic. Well, this is the opportunity to modernize the small displacement platforms. Modernize them with electric motorcycles, or with small electric motorcycles. You know, it's a perfect opportunity to give them a few extra features, give them traction control, give them ABS as standard, give them a load of things that most 125cc motorcycles don't have at the moment. Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity. I think it's a really good opportunity for brands to explore how they can modernize the smaller displacement platforms, because let's be honest here, they have been the same for about 30 years. They haven't changed in 30 years. You know, they're exactly the same. The only difference is, oh, Digidash, okay, alright, whatever, Digidash, fine. But that's it, man. Everything else is the same. Everything else is analog, you know. Sorry, I'm a bit ill at the moment. I got a bit of a cold. It's not COVID. Got a bit of a cold, so I'm having to do that. Oh dear, that wasn't a good idea. Oh dear. Yeah, wow. Don't do that while shooting a video. Oh, I've got a dribbly nose. Oh, fantastic. Nice. Yeah, you guys definitely want to see that, don't you? Anyway, guys and gals, we're going to call it for today's video. I know we've been doing quite a lot of shorter ones recently, and so because of time constraints, we've had quite a lot of stuff going on over the last couple of weeks, other commitments, life commitments. So yeah, the longer content will start coming out fairly soon. So yeah, I mean, this video is just a question, just putting it out there, just a question, because it's one of those things that I think a lot of people are going to be curious about. At the time when they come to buy electric, will they go for a smaller bike, or will they go for something bigger? Would they be happier with a smaller bike, or would they be happier with something bigger? I don't know. That is the question for me. I'm sure there'll be some people out there that will go for a bigger bike, but me, if it was me that was looking, I would personally look for a small electric bike, because I think they make most sense. I really do. But yeah, thank you ever so much again for watching and joining me on today's little ride on the Wife's Ninja 125. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments with regard to the future of motorcycles and the whole electric thing. And yeah, we will catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.